Hello, my name is Henry. I learned meditation in the Himalayas, and I've spent the last 8 years helping people to establish a daily meditation practice. Today's subject is on, or today's topic is about um, why do I feel like I'm failing at meditation? We'll cover a few subtopics on this, and then we'll tie everything back together with a short guided meditation. First of all, um, addressing the word feeling in this statement. Uh, why do I why do I feel? Feeling a certain way doesn't equate to reality. This is a feeling. This is how we feel. I can feel a particular way, but it doesn't make my emotional response accurate for the situation. So if you feel like you are failing at meditation, I highly doubt that you are failing at meditation. Chances are um, we'll cover whatever you're going through in the subpoints that I'll cover here. But if you are sitting for meditation, you are succeeding. If you are here watching this video now, you are efforting and you are succeeding. If you make it to the end of the video with the guided meditation, you are definitely winning, okay? Because you are meditating, you are concentrating, you are focusing, you are training your mind. No matter how you feel about it, you are doing it, okay? So first thing we'll touch base on is comparison to others. I have been guilty of this. I've gotten a lot better at this. But when I first started meditating, I did it on my own. I found some videos. Actually, no, no, no. I read a book. I read a book and then I tried it. And then I was hooked. And then I was like, okay, I think this is the way to go for me. This is good for me, and kept going. Once I actually got instruction from teachers, then that started the comparison process. So when I was in India, I started learning. I went to a teacher's training program, and I was there with the other students in the program. I didn't find that I compared myself with them so much, but I did compare myself to the senior students who were serving at the ashram and the teachers. Some of the senior students were teachers, and then also the monks, the renunciates, were there who had been meditating for decades. So I find myself comparing myself to the senior students who had years of experience and to the renunciates who had decades of experience. So when I was comparing, I felt like I had a very long way to go. I never felt like I was failing, but I did feel like I was nowhere. So, however you are feeling, um, it is perfectly fine. If you have meditated once, you are somewhere. If you have never meditated and you plan on meditating at the end of this video, then you are well on your way. So, there's no failing in meditation. This is just feelings. This is just how we can perceive something when we have expectations. And sometimes when we have expectations, these can be quite unrealistic or um, coming from a place of, let's say, lack of awareness. But when it comes to comparison, uh, they say, I believe it's comparison is the thief of joy or thief of all joy. I didn't find it so much for me because I knew how unrealistic it was for me to um, set a target to be like someone years or decades ahead of me. I found I used it as motivation or tackling fuel, so to speak, to stay with it, to keep going, to have something to look forward to. Similar to having the carrot in front of the cart or in front of the horse. That way, it's motivated to keep going forward. So for me, I use comparison in this way. But if you are comparing yourself to someone who maybe uh, you started meditating at the same time, or maybe someone started meditating after you, and you feel like, man, this person is doing X or doing Y or is like Z, however it is. We're all on different paths, we're all in different places, and we're all going to get to different places. We all have different issues, different challenges, different obstacles, and we're all going to meditate differently. So I would strongly advise against comparison, because the same person or people who you feel a particular way about how their practice is going compared to yours may feel differently about theirs or yours, or not that it would matter. Focusing on our own practices are the only things that are going to help us. But you may find in time, whether it's a short amount of time or more time, that you don't feel that way anymore. And the sure thing to help you with comparison is meditation. The only meditation I compare, or the only meditation that I compare, is previous sessions. As in, if I sit multiple times a day, I may compare the sessions within that day, or compare sessions within the previous day or previous weeks. As in, it's more of tracking my own progress, not necessarily comparing it to others. And also accepting where my progress is, whether it's today or yesterday or last month. um, I know, if I look at meditation times, like duration, I can compare, oh, how long was I able to sit for meditation at this particular time or that particular time? Or how focused was I in this particular session or that particular session? I make those comparisons because I feel like it's a way to track progress, and we'll get to that a little later. But comparing your meditation to others, I really don't know realistically how, other than someone has more experience and has developed the skill more. So this is simply a skill. Any skill can be developed if you're a human, if you have a mind, if you sit with that mind. You are developing this skill. So carry on, press forward. This is only a feeling, it is not your reality. You are succeeding if you are sitting for meditation. If you would like to succeed faster, for meditation on a daily basis. The next topic we'll touch base on is misconceptions. A lot of people tend to think, or have been influenced to think, that meditation, your mind is supposed to be completely blank or quiet, or you're supposed to be happy, or all of these sorts of things. From my training and from my experience, when meditation is going well, it is nothing. As in, it is just concentrating. You are trying to concentrate, excuse me, on a particular thing, whether or not it's the breath, a mantra, a color, an object, whatever it is simply a matter of concentration. There are no bells, there are no whistles, there is no excitement. There is I'm not interested in having an emotional display. None of these things, as in, I'm simply wanting to concentrate on my focal point. And if I'm able to do this while I'm in meditation, then I will be able to do this outside of meditation. So the concept, or let's say the misconception of my mind is supposed to be a particular way. In reality, your mind is just the way that it is. Our minds are, let's say, from a higher perspective, designed to function in a certain way, which at the end of the day, I think leads back to survival. Our minds keep us alive. We explore. Our minds explore. They jump from thing to thing. They're curious. It's all of these things combined that have allowed us to survive on this planet for this amount of time, and to continue to survive on this planet for the foreseeable future. With that in mind, the skill sets that allow us to survive aren't necessarily the skill sets that allow us to concentrate in a dedicated fashion. So meditation, if you are thinking that you are failing at meditation because your mind is busy, which tends to be the most common issue, or you are easily distracted, or many things such as this. This is all normal. If you are sitting for meditation and there's a loud noise or a flash of light that is bright enough that you can see through your eyelids, or anything that happens suddenly or unknown, if someone walks into the room, if there's an animal, if whatever the case, the power goes out, many things can happen. Our minds are hardwired to respond. This is normal. Um, but with meditation, um, we accept these things, we do our best to accept these things, and we continue to focus. So if you are distracted by your thoughts, if you are distracted by outside influences, if you're distracted by internal influences, whether or not it's your body being uncomfortable or your mind jumping around or racing or thinking thoughts that make you uncomfortable, this is all a normal part of the process, and we all go through it if we meditate on a regular basis. So, with this in mind, um, the concept of it is going to happen, it is going to happen. What is it? Everything. So, it is going to happen. When is it going to happen? It is going to happen when you meditate. It is going to happen when you are not meditating. The only difference is if you do meditate, you train your mind to continue to focus while it is happening, whatever it is. And then when you are not meditating, your mind, if you meditate on a regular basis, will be in the habit of concentrating whatever it is, happens. So, by all means, if you want to feel like you are accomplishing the goal of meditating, sit every day, 1 minute, 2 minutes, up to 5 minutes. And if you can do that consistently, then you will certainly come to a better understanding of the concept of meditation. And to put it as simply as I can at this moment, it is drawing your attention back to your focal point. You will be taken away from your focal point. In this conversation, I have opportunities for my mind to drift away from my focal points. This is natural. You have a conversation, you lose your train of thought, many things could happen. But the more and more you meditate, the more and more you'll be able to focus on what you are trying to accomplish. And the last point I'll touch base on is journaling. So for the first, after my initial training, I probably spent a year, maybe a year and a half journaling on a daily basis, my meditation session. So maybe how, or I'll give some examples of what you can journal about. And you can do one of these, all of these. You can, make up your own criteria for what you want to journal about. But it can be a written journal, it can be a video journal, however you want to approach it. But I wrote in a journal. I just had a ringed notebook that I would keep near my meditation area, and I would meditate in the same area. If I traveled, I'd take it with me. You can also use your phone. There are apps, many things. So um, you can journal about how you felt before meditation, how you felt during meditation, how you felt after meditation. You can journal about all three of them or a combination of whichever ones that you want. I personally tended to focus on my actual meditation session itself, how I felt, um, what impressions that I got as far as in was I able to concentrate, not, um, things such as this. And it's been some time since I kept it, so I can't say exactly everything that I put in there. But I did find it helpful. And it's interesting after an extended period of time going back and looking at your journal entries and seeing what you were experiencing, how you were experiencing it, and being able to track your progress. And I feel like tracking your progress, even though this meditation as a skill develops over time. And I feel that, or I know that I felt the effects from the first time that I did it. So, and it can be different for all of us. So being able to track those subtle or small adjustments over time, they actually show very big. As in, if you are looking at your meditation journal every day, you may observe very small changes or no changes at all. But if you look at it from a monthly perspective or quarterly perspective, I am quite confident you will start to see your practice evolving and your skill of being able to focus developing. Another thing that you can do is if you are already journaling in your personal life, just in general, or on a specific topic. Maybe you have a business journal or something for your family or many other things. You can incorporate your non meditation or your ability to be able to focus or concentrate outside of meditation. You can incorporate that into your journaling process. So now we will start a short guided meditation and try to tie everything that we've covered together. If at all possible, if you can find yourself in a comfortable seated posture with your spine erect, head up, facing forward, chin parallel to the ground, eyes closed, mouth closed, breathing through the nose. We'll bring our awareness to the tips of the nostrils. We'll simply observe the breath as it passes the tips of the nostrils as we exhale and we inhale. We inhale and we exhale. If you find any difficulty keeping your awareness at the tips of the nostrils, feel free to use my voice as an anchor point and concentrate on it. We'll simply observe the air as it passes the tips of the nostrils. If you are comparing your meditation practice to others, this is okay. This is very normal. If you continue to meditate, it will likely pass sooner than later. If you are able to experience your meditation improving, whether gradually or quickly, either way, it will help you draw your focus or your habit of comparison to yourself and allow you to compare your meditation sessions, which will give you better insight into your own mind and into your own personal development. Keeping our awareness here at the tips of the nostrils. If you are having misconceptions, such as your mind should be blank while you are meditating, or you should be blissful, or any of these things, this is normal, this is okay. I would also advise letting these thoughts come into your mind and also letting these thoughts pass away from your mind. If we are meditating, our only goal is to concentrate on our focal point. If and when anything else enters our mind from the inside or from the outside to distract us, this is okay. And the practice of meditation dictates that we simply return our concentration to our focal point. And when we are disturbed from our focal point again and again and again, we return to our focal point. again and again and again and again. And now let's deepen the breath and take our awareness as we inhale up the nostrils and follow the air as it goes down the esophagus, fills up the lungs, filling deeply into the lungs, into the lower lobes, expanding the abdomen region and the navel region, and contracting the abdomen and navel region as we exhale, following the flow of air up the esophagus and out through the nostrils. And now we'll simply observe the flow of air from nostril to the navel and from the navel to the nostrils as we inhale and as we exhale. If you are journaling or are interested in journaling, my personal experience, I would advise to do so. I found it very helpful. Also found it very interesting and entertaining to review. I also believe that it would help with any comparisons that you have or any misconceptions that you have, because if you are journaling or tracking your meditation progress, it will allow you to become more aware of what you are doing. And you would also have concrete proof or evidence of what you are doing. That way, regardless of whatever feelings that you may have, the reality is you are doing the work and you can prove it. Because the work of meditation is not quieting the mind, it is concentrating. And if anyone has ever attempted to concentrate, we know that concentration is broken. The goal of meditation is to reestablish this concentration over and over and over again until we have control over this ability to concentrate. And we can control it at will, and we can direct it in whatever direction we want or to whatever thing that we want at will. This is a skill, and with any skill, it takes time, it takes patience, and it takes self-compassion, all things that are developed along the way in a regular meditation practice. Let's bring our awareness to the lower legs. Relax the lower legs. And relax the upper legs. We'll relax the hips and the pelvic area. We'll relax the stomach. We'll relax the chest and the heart center. We'll relax the shoulders. We'll relax the jaw and the corners of the mouth. We'll relax the forehead. Let's bring our awareness back to the tips of the nostrils. If you made it to this point, very good. Now we'll gently open the eyes. Namaste.